Right before something bad happens, you already know. Not because you saw it, not because anyone told you. Your nose knew first. This is true for you, a little. For one girl, it was almost everything. She wasn't born screaming. She was born quiet, alert, her small nose already turning toward the corner of the room where an anxious nurse stood sweating. Nobody noticed. Newborns turn their heads all the time. But her mother swore years later that the baby had been looking at the one person in the room who was afraid. By the time she was 4, teachers started noticing something strange. She'd tense up minutes before another kid had a meltdown. She'd tug her mother's sleeve on ordinary sidewalks, seconds before a car alarm went off, seconds before a dog nearby started barking. Not psychic, not magic, just early. Always early. Here's what almost nobody knows. Fear has a smell. In the early 2000s, biopsychologist Denise Chen ran a study most people have never heard of. She collected sweat from people watching horror films and sweat from people simply exercising, then had other participants smell both, without knowing which was which. The fear sweat reliably triggered more anxious facial expressions in the smellers, even though they consciously reported detecting nothing unusual. Your body was listening before your mind caught up. Researcher Bettina Pause found something even stranger. Chemical signals from an anxious person's sweat could activate the amygdala, your brain's alarm center, in someone who breathed them in nearby. You don't have to see fear to catch it. You can inhale it. For most of us, this happens far below awareness. A flicker in the amygdala, a subtle shift in mood, gone before you'd ever notice. But the girl's brain didn't file it away quietly. Her olfactory bulb, the part of the brain that processes smell, sat unusually close to structures tied to threat detection. Some researchers who study anosmia and hyperosmia, the total absence or the extreme heightening of smell, have long suspected that a handful of people process chemical fear signals with almost no filter at all. She was one of them, if only in a story built to explore what that might actually feel like. By school age, she'd learned to keep it quiet because saying, "I can smell that you're scared," tends to end conversations badly. So instead, she just seemed intuitive, kind even. She'd sit beside the kid who was about to cry before they knew they were about to cry. She'd step back from a stranger seconds before he snapped. Adults called her sensitive. They had no idea how literal that word was. Is this a superpower? Or is it simply what happens when a system all of us already have gets turned up past where evolution usually stops? Because make no mistake, you have this system too. Every time you walk into a tense room and feel your shoulders rise before anyone speaks, some of that is your nose, not your eyes. Every time a space just feels wrong, your amygdala may already be responding to chemical signals you'll never consciously register. Anthropologists studying social primates have long noted the same pattern in troops of monkeys, where a single alarmed individual can trigger a wave of tension through scent alone, long before any visible threat appears. You come from a lineage built to smell danger first and reason about it second. The girl grew older, and the ability never made her famous, never made her a hero in any comic book sense. She became a nurse. A good one. Patients said she always seemed to know when something was about to go wrong, minutes before the monitors did. She never told most of them why. It was easier to let them believe it was instinct, warmth, a gift for reading people. In a sense, it was. Just not in the way they imagined. What she carried wasn't extraordinary in kind, it was extraordinary in degree. The same wiring sits in you, quieter, more filtered, easy to miss. You felt it in elevators, in first dates, in job interviews, that faint prickle of unease you couldn't explain. That wasn't nothing. That was your nose, doing exactly what hers did, just in a smaller voice. So the next time a room goes tense before anyone says a word, don't dismiss the feeling in your chest. You already know. Not because you saw it, not because anyone told you. your nose knew first.